All right, what's up, people watching this? This is Spencer Kilpatrick. He is in the band Failure Machine. They are a fucking awesome Reno band, and they were just recording just minutes ago. And I'm gonna talk really fast. The new format where oh my god, I need a fucking tech guy to come in here and make sure this shit's working. The fucking screen shuts off. God damn it. So stupid. Okay, so I'm gonna talk for a little bit. Girls! You know what I'm saying, dude? Fuck. Like, I was thinking of that dumb joke. I was like, grrr, and then the grr turned into girls, but for reals. I was like, that's funny. Only to me. But I was like, fuck girls, dude. Some chick this morning, like, so I meditate every morning, and I was like, I woke up, and I got like, it said like, a long text, and I was like, this is never good. To get like a long text from a girl, really, that you're not dating. So I was like, don't check it. And then I checked it. And then, so the whole time I was meditating, I was like thinking about like the response instead of like nothing. So it's like, whatever, for me, it's like, I need that like a little bit to like chill. Otherwise, you know, like Matt Lauer got fired. Why am I thinking about that in the morning? I don't care, you know, but it's like my fucking phone talks to me and tells me about Matt Lauer and shit. You know, like, it has all this fucking ads when you like go on Google or whatever. It's like, here's all the fucking ads. You're like, oh, fuck you, man. And so, like, that was annoying. And, like, it was annoying, too, because she, like, Dear John me this thing, right? And, like, she's like, I only want to be friends. I was like, well, okay, but I wasn't even, like, tripping about it. Like, she's like, you should look into the attraction. Look inside yourself and reflect on the attraction you see in me and just let me hold a place for who I am. I'm like, I don't know what that means, because guys are just attracted to hot chicks. Like, I was like, I think you're overthinking this. So
what an odd thing to say.
It was really weird. I was like, I don't really understand, but I also like, I don't understand what people are talking about, like sometimes with like hippie stuff. You know, like, I'm like, whatever, I don't know what you're not being clear in your language very much. So, the reason I'm, like, bummed or angry mostly is, like, I fucking didn't make out with this other chick at my show, because I was, like, wanting to make out with this chick, but, like, in a more romantic, like, way, you know. I was, like, thinking about her more, like, oh, maybe she could be, like, someone I could actually date, because I'm just kind of bored of flimsy shit, you know, floozy shit. So it's just like, no, I could have made out. This like blonde I've talked about on this show, like she was like super into me that night because I played a show and she came, but no, lo and behold, I chose wrong. Chose to this lady who sends me this weird cryptic text, this weird text about wanting to be friends, which is totally fine. Like, you know, obviously, but it was like weird because it was just like, when we hung out, I was like, do you want to kiss? Or like, can I kiss you? And she's like, no, I don't kiss. And then she like started, like, she's like talking about like how she's like kissing is this super big deal and this intimate thing. And I wasn't pushed, I didn't give her this pushback at all. I was just like, oh, cool. And then she was just like, in the text was just like acting like I was all up in her business. I was like, I wasn't in your business. I didn't care. That's like good to know, like kissing's a big deal to you, bye-bye. I need to go like do something, you know, like I'm looking for something serious, but not like that serious, like not that crazy. So I was kind of bummed about that, but I was thinking, and this will close it off, what I was thinking about. It's like, every time a girl's been like, we should just be, like, I just want to be friends, I'm like a little less mad Donald Trump got elected. I'm like, well, Donald Trump got elected, so, like, no, I'm kidding. But, like, every time a girl says, like, we should just be friends, like, an alt-right dude gets his wings, like, you know what I mean? Like, some dudes out there.
It evens out, like, cosmically.
Yeah, because, like, the other day this chick was, like, we were at the fucking bar, and she was, like, talking about, she's just like, random chick was like talking to me and some of my friends, and she's like, well, you know, serial killers, like, they never have girlfriends, and they never get laid. And I was like, well, then someone should have fucked that dude, those dudes. And she's like, ugh. And then she walked away, and then she came back, and she's like, you're right. And then she left again. But, you know, I'm just joking. I mean, I'm mostly joking, but obviously those guys, like, have some fucked up issues with ladies, I think. Like the Alabama dudes that were like torch.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think a lot of them were like...
They're not closing that often.
Alright, so that was my little rant. Welcome, Spencer, to the show. Thank you so much.
Dude, thank you for
coming
having
by,
me.
man.
I'm excited to be here.
It's just Spencer's in the band Failure Machine, and you guys were just recording today.
Yeah. So we've got this plan kind of based... I promise we weren't trying to rip you off, but we're going to release 3 EPs.
Nice. That's awesome. I ripped off Star Wars. Like, come on, 3's old as shit.
So we've got one already recorded that we did in San Jose, and Joan and the Rivers recorded it, and it sounds really cool, and we threw a whole bunch of shit at it, congas and keys and bass and all sorts of stuff. And then this one we're doing in Clint's house on his little Foztex thing. Really straightforward, really stripped down. And then we're doing one more in January at Greg Gilmore's spot.
Oh, rad.
And that's going to be fun.
What's
2
this
drummers
place called?
and-
Is it the Potential?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's the Potentialist one.
I'm not sure. I
can't
get
tell.
mixed up.
Because I know him and Spike have a spot, and I think it's connected to like what Pan and Eric do.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
So you guys, when are you gonna mix the one you did today? Or are you just gonna do that in a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, take it easy with that.
Yeah, Clint's gonna... I think that one will be pretty fast. It sounds really lo-fi, so I think it's
Nice.
pretty much just gonna be set. Yeah, and we're gonna have them all on cassette, and we're gonna release them in a little like miniature Hams box.
What's that?
3 cassette, like Hams the beer.
Oh,
like a little
nice.
Hams 12
Okay.
pack that has 3 cassettes and like a lighter and some other stuff.
Heck yeah, that's rad.
So I'm pretty stoked.
So they'll all come out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, that's awesome.
Grebfest 2018.
Okay, all right, people. Grim, that's awesome, dude.
That's gonna be fun. You got to play this year.
Dude, I would love to. I mean, yes, please.
Dude,
that would be the biggest
absolutely.
honor. That's the one thing I want to play so much, dude. That'd be awesome.
It's wild. We were the plan was, since we lost the house that we used to do, that we were going to go up to Pyramid Lake and like circle the vans and throw tarps over it and just bring generators and have like a house show out in the desert. We had it like worked out, like pretty much set up. But then some of the snafu guys like, aren't into it. They don't want to camp. They don't want to do it. But there's a local band called Happy Trails that have this big ass basement under their house up by the university, and we went and played there before Thanksgiving.
Luke's in that band?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So you guys are going to do it in their basement?
It's looking like it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I think it'll be
Home's
fun.
where the heart is, dude. Like,
Exactly.
It doesn't matter where it's. I mean, that was fun. Like I was glad to like get to go to those shows, man. You were at the old crib.
They were fun. They were a lot.
That was
This next one's gonna be better though.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. Well, dude, that's like a whole album's worth of material. Are you gonna like put it on Spotify?
Yeah, we're gonna do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Put it on Spotify and.
Wait, is it gonna be in your album section on Spotify, or is it gonna be in your EP?
It's gonna be our EP section.
Okay,
So,
all right.
We're doing it. We're gonna
yeah.
commit to the whole bit.
Hell yeah.
We don't think well like in long form. Like we can't. We've never written like 5 or 6 songs that sound cohesive together.
Yeah.
So we just every time we have 4 good songs or what we think are good songs, we're like, oh, let's put them out, and then we record them, and then at that point where we should be like promoting them and sending them to blogs and doing like premieres and shooting a music video and everything, we're just so glad that it's done. We're like, here, it's free. It's on our Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Have it. When like we should be more patient about rollouts and stuff. It's hard. Like you finish up and then you already start writing the next batch of songs, and then you're more excited about those because the other ones are done.
Dude, totally. I never thought I mean, I knew that you guys like recorded a lot, but I never thought of you as being someone who. I always thought you like did email the blogs and did do all that stuff.
You know, I was good about it for like a little bit, and then I was going maybe 1 for 5 on blogs that would get back to me, like even just respond at all, like even if they said no, and I was just getting tired of it.
Yeah,
like, so it's out, it's free. There's 100 people maybe who like Failure Machine, so you guys can listen to it. This one's yours.
But I see you guys' shirts all around town. I see your shirts everywhere. And you guys' shows are always packed, and like it's always a good time. Like it's always fucking popping.
Clint kills it with the shirts. Have you seen the new ones?
Does he design those?
Yeah. Clint designs posters, shirts, album covers, everything.
I didn't know that.
He kills it.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. He does. What were you asking? You said, did I see
one? Oh, the new shirts. They've got FM right here, and then he drew like this old retro-looking fridge, and inside on the beers it has Reno, Nevada, like an R and an E.
Oh, nice.
On each one. It's cool.
Yeah. That's dope. Do you guys ever? So, are you guys? Do you ever think about moving, or are you guys like?
Like leaving Reno?
Yeah.
I think about leaving Reno. I think we all think about leaving Reno individually, but we've never really talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Or at least, maybe I'm just projecting. I think about leaving Reno a lot. Yeah. I don't know if they do.
Yeah. Where would you want to move?
I don't know. I grew up in like Colfax, Auburn, and I moved here to go to school. And I was like, oh, this place is awesome. Just going to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes, like, oh, people go places and explore and like try new things, and I just never really do that.
But you guys go on tour and stuff. Do you get that? Like,
yeah.
Does that ever fulfill any of that?
Yeah, that helps. It's always nice when we do it. It's just we haven't done it for like a while, and that's mostly my fault. Like, booking the tours is hard, so I just don't do them anymore.
Dude, yeah, I know, man. It's really funny to come out of this gopher hole of making the last, like, because, like, my whole thing with the 9 albums is, like, I'm going to finish these, and then I'm going to do the stuff that's, like, turning pro stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like, turning it into your profession style stuff. Like, but I need to get the art out first. And then it's, like, done, and you're like, oh, shit! That's, like, not a small goal. That's not that's a lofty feat. Like, it's no joke to get your band out there and get your name out there. It doesn't matter if you're starting a fucking bagel company or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? That whole aspect. Sorry, my dog is such a spaz.
Oh, no.
He's just, like...
He's good.
He did too much drugs.
Yeah, well, it's... Like... It's way more, when I look at, like, you and the way that you can just, like, this music's out, or the way you do the podcast, and you don't really put too much into, like, the promo. You're like, I'm just going to do this because I find it fulfilling. You know, like, that's a lot better than spending, $8,000 on a PR campaign and... giving 20% of whatever to a booking agent or...
Well, I'd like to do both, to be honest with you. Like, that's like, because
Or maybe better was, like, more noble, I believe. It's like...
Well, maybe I was, but I'm not anymore. No, I think, like, I'd like to do both, Like, I see the value, or I see the strength in both, I do ultimately care the most about the music, of course, and like that's the most important thing, but then I also go, okay, well, I go and listen to like songs on the radio, or songs, like even bands that aren't on the radio that are just like popular. I'm like, well, fuck, like, what's up with that shit? Like, what am I doing wrong? Because, like, it's not even to say, like, it makes me want to do less of a good job, but, like, or work less hard. But I go, okay, well, if people really like that band, they've got to like my band. Like, there's no way they don't. Like, I just feel that, like, And then it's like, but how do you fucking transition that? And it's like, oh, well, those PR campaigns. So it's like, I feel like there's like value in both and like doing both and that like, hopefully, yeah, I mean, I want to like have, I mean, thanks for saying that. I want to have nobility, as cheesy as it sounds. Like, I'll be real about that. Like, I want to have like that, like artistic,
like the artist kind of thing.
Yeah, well, just that it's like it's there to be. Like, I want to like. I just want to, you know, you're the same way. Like, I want to make shit that sounds good in 10 years, and I'm not really like trying to make something that's just like flash in the pants. I mean, if we were, I mean, I'd be. If I was. Thanks, man. I was basically what I'm saying is I was joking about the not anymore noble part. I need to still like fucking like work hard and all that stuff, but I definitely want to get money, dude. It sucks not. I mean, wouldn't that be awesome if that was the only thing you did?
Yeah, if you just played music and got paid for it.
Yeah, and it's like that's where it gotta go, and it's like that's not it's not an easy task, but
it's fucking impossible. It is so hard. I always thought like, okay, well, you got a tour, and then we started touring. I was like, well, you know, we went on this like, we had about 20 venues that we could play, and we hit them all pretty regularly for like 2 years. We're like, okay, I'm seeing a little growth, but not worth the amount of work that we're putting in, and that's kind of like I guess it's not a matter of if a band is going to get big, it's a matter of when. Like, if you can just stick it out, eventually the tides are going to swing your way. But yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah, no, but that's a different, sticking it out seems like a totally different thing. I mean, you're involving so many people with that endeavor. Yeah, so that's what's nice though about the new ways, is like the new technology. It's like to go like, okay, well, I can have a discography, but I don't I don't want to be afraid like of trying, you know, like trying to make my band more known, like doing the blogs and doing all that kind of stuff. But I also like the idea that I can just do it by myself, even without that stuff, because it's so, man, my dog is freaking out, dude. That is so funny. Because you can do it now, like, you know what I mean? Like, because where do you guys make your album?
We've made them different places. Usually San Jose with Joan and the Rivers.
Yeah.
We've gone to LA for a few of them.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, but it's just like fucking that you can schedule it, do it, that there's no like guards at the door being like, you can't fucking make this, you know? Because I mean, eventually when you think about it, dude, I read this quote and it fucking blew my mind, man. It really did. And then I want to actually talk. I remember a story about you, or a story with you. But like this quote blew my mind. It's like, when you're old, how much would you pay to be living the situation you're living in right now? Like, and it's like that's so fucking true. Yeah. And like it's really like been like, yeah, well, I don't give a fuck that I'm not famous. Because like there was a little bit where I was like, I have to be like Kanye West, where I'm in a bad mood. I know that sounds so stupid, but I was like, that's how you motivate yourself. Yeah. Is to be like, I lack this thing, and I'll get it. You know, that's like a motivation.
And I'm going to get it by any means necessary, kind of.
But then it's like, well, fuck that, dude. He's fat Kanye, dude. He fucking hates his life, you know? Like, I don't know if he hates his life, but it's like, no, I mean, obviously, you know, I'm like, his number one fan. Like, I love him to death. Like, that's my number one musical dream, is to, like, work with Kanye West. Bruce Springsteen, but Kanye West even more than that, because it's like, I think we could do a real cool thing, Kanye. But like, I'm just saying, like, I see that and go, well, I have to enjoy life. Like, I need to find a way to be motivated to do that, to take those next steps, but enjoy life. Because when I'm fucking, if you want me to go put him outside, I can.
Oh, that's all good.
I'm like,
it's good for a little bit.
You're fucking, yeah, you're a good boy.
I think you and Kanye could do some dope stuff too.
Oh, I love Kanye, so I wasn't trying to joke, but I'm like, it makes me show like I'm not him, first of all, so it's like that motivation isn't going to work for me because it's like outside my nature, and so it's like, well, I want to figure out how to be happy, because if I fucking get there, I'm not going to be happy either. Yeah. Like I totally thought like making 9 albums when I was like 20 and 19, figuring out my goals. Like, I totally thought I'd be, like, so much more put together than so much more put together than I am. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, so what's going to be the next thing that I try to trick myself into thinking that I'm going to, you know, mask up whatever's, like, fucked up or something I'm really trying to ignore, you know? So it's like, well, is that going to be getting popular, getting on blogs, like getting reviews, getting, like, probably not. I like need to figure out, you know, like, for me, I don't know. Sorry, dude. I'm like blabbing.
No.
I just feel like I want to fucking figure out how to. Like, do you feel like? How do you feel, man? How's life?
I feel good. I feel good. I'm working more than I have, like, since I graduated.
Yeah.
I'm working. I got a gig, a really cool job at Innovations High School.
Dude, that's rad.
Teaching like music, history of rock and roll stuff.
That's so cool, man.
Which is really fun. Yeah, working with, like, high schoolers who are just learning how to play guitar and putting together their own songs for the first time. It's like, yeah, it's cool, right? It's fun, guys.
Yeah, totally, man.
And but then on the other hand, not touring and not putting as much effort towards promotion and not, you know, practicing 2 or 3 times a week. It's like, okay, did I quit? Did I give up? And then it's like, no, you got to get a job.
Yeah, totally.
So.
No, man, totally. I mean,
dealing
like,
with those two things.
I think, like, the Iron and Wine guy got, like, discovered when he was, like, he had, like, a job. And, like, yeah, it's like, yeah, he had, like, a life, like, with a wife and shit, you know what I mean? It's like, people have fucking lives. And that's, like, that's what the thing is, like, people get that right. Like, having a life. Like, that's the right thing. And it's like, if you're aligning your life with, like, your passions in some way, then, like, you're doing a good thing. But, like, I think it's so weird to, like, be so isolated in, like, a goal or, like, I don't know. I'm thinking about that so much. Like, it's so it's weird to be like, I'm not gonna fucking fall in love because I'm doing this thing, or, like, I'm not gonna fucking, I don't know.
I'm focusing on me right now. And then it's like, I'm gonna focus on music. And then it's, you know, you say that when you're, like, 17, and then you wake up and you're like, oh no, it's been a long time. Like, I've been doing this.
Mm-hmm. And it's against human nature, because, like, what makes people happy is helping other people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, like, sounds fucking cheesy, but it really is. So, like, it's so against human nature to, like, or not against human nature, but, like, it's such an unfulfilling path to, like, just think about yourself. Like, I totally, and even just think about your art, even something that's, like, outside of yourself. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, a way to have balance, you know. Just kind of got off top.
No, that's kind of what's been on my mind. But I have been, like, in terms of, like, just being, trying to just be happy, like, be in a better mood and not be, like, the kind of brooding kind of artist guy. I've been more appreciative of the fact that, like, when Failure Machine plays a show, like, you know, we're only playing small venues, but there's a lot of people there for the size of that venue.
Yeah, totally.
And that is, I've been appreciating that more lately. And knowing that we have people that, like, even if it's just a handful, like a couple dozen, like, people that we weren't friends with before we started playing as Failure Machine who like the band. It's like, oh, good. Some people like it. Maybe that's enough. Some people like it who aren't me and Clint.
Dude, totally. Yeah, people love your band.
And so I have been, like, trying to think when we're writing songs and when I'm starting to get, like, worked up about shit that's, you know, not working or shit that's taking longer than it should. I just go, this is fun. We're writing songs that didn't exist before we thought them up, and people know about them. Cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, dude, it was fun. I was playing your album the other day at work, Because I hadn't heard the Drake EP, so I went and listened to that. But I was playing your guys' album, and it was just fun because there was like these ladies in there, and they were like dancing, you know. And it's like, well, you can't argue with that.
Getting ladies dancing was a big part.
I was thinking of the best sound is like a woman laughing, and the worst sound is a woman crying. Like if I was to be like, what are the things you don't want to hear? It's like a woman crying. Just, no, I don't want to hear about it. No, I don't want to hear about it. But like, anytime I've made a girl cry, that's been the worst.
Well, because
I get overwhelmed with the guilt.
There's no quicker way, like, because up until that point, there are other things to take in, like the context of the argument or like what was said. But after crying, it's like, well, this is my fault. This was me. She wasn't crying, and then now she's crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been reading like all these, not all, I haven't been reading all of these, but like I've been reading like relationship books and different things like that. And like, just like, because like 4 years ago, I broke up with my girlfriend, or she broke up with me, let's be clear. Like she totally, completely broke up with me. And then I was just like, well, I was a shitty boyfriend, like, deserved that, so maybe I should figure out why I was a shitty boyfriend. And in the meantime, try to have sex with a bunch of chicks. And it didn't, go super hot. Like, but I did, I think, like, figure out just that, oh shit, I had a point. I had a fucking point to this. It doesn't matter. This dog gets me going. This dog just really gets me going. But about that, like, I just, oh fuck, I had no idea what I was gonna say, man. That's what the...
Well, yeah, women crying?
Oh yeah, dude, it's just the worst. It's just the worst, man. Women crying's the worst, but, oh, I've been reading these fucking books, and like, and it's just cool to sort of like go now and be like, oh, that's why I was such a bad boyfriend, because I was like fucked up in this way. Because women and men, like, every guy is different, every woman is different. We all like have more in common than we don't. But at the same time, it's like something like not having a cock is gonna like make your experience way different, and in a way that I don't know because I've only ever like had a thing, and so it's like. It's cool now to like be thinking now, just like realizing like when I go into a relationship next, like it's not about understanding someone, it's like about being there for someone. As fucking cheesy as that sounds, but it's like you're not gonna understand someone totally, or like people aren't fucking books or like things that you can like manage, and people are so complex. So it's cool to like be like, maybe I can not be a shitty boyfriend. I think I had a totally different point, but I tried to make something make sense of that. Weird, awkward silence for a sec. Sorry.
No.
Let me switch this battery really fast because I know it's gonna die and it's making me worried. So hold on. Record the thing. People will also, if they've watched any episodes, will be very used to how unprofessional the podcast is. Because I'm doing it all. It's gotten better. There's no squeaky chair anymore. So we're back from intermission. Get the focus on you. Alright, there we go. This is cool. This is fun. Yeah, I was talking earlier just a little bit, but yeah, it was like, I totally wish that I want to learn how to not make girls cry. And I've been reading books, like, the 5 languages of love and stuff, and that's been cool, because I'm not fucking Brad Pitt, dude. I can't fucking have one night stands all the time, and it's not like the easiest shit in the world to do, and it's like, you have, like, try to, like, I don't know. I think about sex too much. I'll say that.
When was the last time you made a girl cry?
Let's think. Oh, I guess it's been a while, man. That's like because I don't date anyone really for too long. I'm sure. Did I make it? I don't know. I'm sure I have. I'm trying to think. But it's no fun.
No, I made one of my students cry yesterday.
No way.
The sweetest girl in my class. She's so nice, and they're working on this song. It's their first project of the class, and so they pick a song that they want to do in their little groups, and they do it. And this group decided they were going to do Redbone, which is awesome. And she was saying last week, she's like, "Oh, I'll sing." Oh, that's great. That'll be really cool. And so they're starting to rehearse it, and she goes, "Okay." She gets the lyric sheet in her hand, and she's about to start. She goes, "I don't want to sing. I'm not going to do it." I said, "Okay, well, here, I'll sing it with you, and we'll work through it, and it'll be really fun." And it's just 4 of us in the classroom, the people in her band, they're all really good friends. And she's getting closer, and so I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. And she's dropping out, but we're slowly working on it. And I think I'm being like fun. No, you sound great. We'll keep on doing it. And she goes, "No, I'm not doing it." And then just starts, like storms out of the room. I'm like, oh no. But so yeah,
that's like the
cries.
moment in her movie where, and then the next time she's gonna do it.
Oh yeah, she steps up.
It's gonna be like,
and she slays.
Boom.
She does have a good voice too.
Act 3. Okay, that's good. That's cool.
She just hasn't done it before.
Yeah.
And like the one person.
Did you ever have stage fright at all? Like when you were a kid doing a play, I was always just like, "Look at me, would everybody please?" Like it was always like as much attention as I could get. I wanted it.
I got really nervous before basketball games.
Okay,
but
that's different though because that's like a competitive.
Yeah. But after that, no, not really. Like after I was like playing guitar and it was time to do it, maybe the first 2 shows, and then
I guess they go hand in hand that you wouldn't, like most people wouldn't. But I can see that a ton of people, like when people are like, that's the scariest thing to them. Like, and I'm like, what? Like if someone was like, "You have to talk to the world for 30 minutes," I'd be like, "Oh shit, cool." The world, like I would totally make an ass of myself. Like I wouldn't care, I would be like, I don't know. So it's weird how people are different. I can't even imagine, like, But then some people know how to talk to girls, so there you go. Isn't it?
Some people don't make girls cry. So. But so what's next for you? Like what's next playing wise? Do you have? I'm sure you've got like some tunes ready to go.
Well, we're playing a show on the 30th, and then I'll write the next album probably the beginning of next year, and then we'll record it. But I'm not trying to just make like a whole nother like. I'm not trying to like make a whole. It's like you said. It's like it's hard. You want to make the albums. You want to like promote the albums. So it's a complex thing. Like my definitive things I'm doing, like making a few music videos, and that sounds so boring. But like making a few music videos, getting. And I'm releasing like a bunch of singles next year. Like I've got like 5 songs that I recorded for a girl that I just would like to release. Like I think it would just like it was like this one like the long lost love that like I finally am like needing. I mean I should have gotten over a long time ago, but it's like if I just fucking release these songs, and they're like some of my best songs, so I'd like to like play them and. Like, you know what I mean, music's like a release, so putting it out there. So I'm putting those songs. Wow, see, this is why I don't have an agent or anything. Like, what are you up to? Well, I don't know exactly. Let me ramble for 5 minutes. It's just singles. Like, that's kind of where I'm going to be trying to put some of my effort into is because I'm into singles. It's hard to fucking. I just don't want to fucking like put my head in the sand for another 2 years by myself. Like I want to get a girlfriend. I want to like have more friends. Like I'm so fucking like the last like 4 years I became like so socially inept in some ways, and I'm like really like trying to like dig my way out of that. Like like just weird shit. Like being single for 4 years. You're like that's fucking weird. Why are you doing like how? Why are you so afraid of dating someone? You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I guess it is just because I don't want to get like my feelings or get like hurt again. But it's like, well, fucking do it, So I don't want to like be the fucking. I don't want to do what I did in my 20s all throughout my 30s. I want to like figure out a way to like really do different stuff, do like half as much work. I'll probably release 5 albums in my 30s. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
It's still a lot. But that's awesome. Like that's way slower pace for you. That's such a cool, like, vision.
Thanks, man. Well, it's cool, and it's like even seeing like how you and Clint are. It's like that's so awesome to like have like. It's just cool to have friends, man. It sounds silly. Like, I mean, I have friends like Alex and Aaron are my friends, but like, I don't have like. I've just realized like, I've used music as like this way of isolating myself. It's like, well, that's not healthy, because in the way you're trying to connect, like you're making music to connect. So it's like, find a way to balance this stuff, like where you're playing shows and like. Having relationships, meaningful relationships you can write songs about, you know what I mean, and things like that too, where it's like, so, trying to fucking figure that shit out.
That's a lot. You were saying you might get like a band, your next one you'll record with a band?
Yeah, I'll try to do it with Alex and Aaron, yeah.
Yeah. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, so that was like where it kind of came in, where it was like, okay, I could just do my next 3 albums with the band, so any of my like alone time is just me and like the piano or me and the acoustic guitar. It's not me doing drums and doing bass and then doing this. And it's like I'm not like good enough to just be like one take Jake on that shit. Like I have to fucking like I spend like that album took me like 4 years. Like 3 years really, and then like a year for mixing and miscellaneous things. So. But it like took me that amount of time. But it's like Beautiful Strangers, which I think is like as good as anything I've ever been a part of, is like
Beautiful Strangers is in my top 50 albums ever released.
Thanks, man.
I wrote them all out like a few weeks ago.
Awesome. Thanks, dude. That means the world.
It's incredible,
dude. Thanks, man. That means the fucking world, dude. And it's fun, so I want to do it with them again. You know what I mean? And like that was. So fun and like meaningful and listening to other people's ideas, and when you're by yourself you just have your ideas, and that's cool too. Like I mean I really needed to learn what I needed to learn. Like I learned what I needed to learn basically, like outside of like my 9th album, which is like so sprawling, like I did what I wanted to do, like as far as doing my solo stuff. I will do solo stuff in the future, but yeah, so the next one, I want to do the next 3 with the guys, and I think it'll be a really cool trilogy that I'm kind of write. I'm going to kind of write the whole trilogy out, But it'll be short, so it'll be 9 songs on each album. So like the next 3 albums are going to be shorter than my 9th album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to be nice to. They're all going to be like, I want to do like 25 to 30-minute albums each. Because I really want to learn about the like condensing songwriting and just getting as much as I can out of just like the shortest amount of time.
And that helps with like cohesion and shit too. Because when you don't have as much time to do, put solos and things and interludes and little skits or whatever you want, like it makes it like, okay, this is 9 minutes, this is a fucking 9 tunes, 30 minutes, this is a rock and roll album.
Yeah, totally.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. So what about you guys? So you're making your EPs, and then you're going to tour next summer?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. we're definitely doing the EPs and then Grumfest. And then summer, as far as touring, I started recording another solo thing. I released one last year.
Just dude, hell yeah, that was awesome.
Thanks, man. It was just acoustic guitar and then trumpet and bari sax.
Yeah, that was like fucking rad.
Harry and Clint were busy doing other things, so we just did it real quick, recorded it in a few hours up at Dogwater. And I've been listening to this singer, Crystal Warren, and she does a lot of like vocal layering, which I've never gotten into, but the instrumentation's so sparse. It's like guitar, bass playing really like kind of spacious stuff, and then that's about it. And so I've been writing stuff that's really simple, and been showing Kelsey, because she wants to travel this summer. I was like, oh, fuck it, let's do a little tour. So we decided we're going to go out and we're going to hit Detroit and Pittsburgh and visit our two families and then come back.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So I just got these mallets for like a floor tom and then tambourine. I was like, okay, this is going to be your kick, this is going to be your snare, and you'll just play those and sing backup with me.
Dude, that'll be so fun. We're just going to go out
as a two-piece. And that's the tour I'm going to like book and planning.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm stoked about that. But as far as Failure Machine, I'd be into touring.
Yeah.
But
you guys still have your van?
Yeah, Clint's got that big old. It's funny. We went from having like 5 or 6 people in the band in a minivan, to like everybody dropped out real fast, and it was just me, Clint, and Rachel, and he snagged this 15-person passenger van that's awesome, and we all have all the room in the world, and we can bring as much gear as we want. It's cool. But yeah, if one of them, if books it, I want to book it. I'm not gonna. I'll book like little weekend trips and stuff, but I'm not gonna book another 2 or 3 week thing. Like again, I don't think for Failure Machine.
Yeah, what I want to do maybe is just pick out like 5 cities. Maybe even just 4, and just like hit try to fucking hit those as much as I can.
Yeah.
And just like I have no idea. Like I'm just like thinking like, what the fuck? Like this is, like I said, like this is different than this is. The reality of something is different. And
yeah, it's brutal. But I think if I could go back and do it again, instead of going on those like 2 or 3 week tours where we were hitting the entire West Coast, I would have taken that energy and we would have had 5 spots, and we would have focused on hitting each of those spots every 6 weeks, and just no matter what, we hit those spots. And that way, you're building a fan base instead of putting on shows.
Yeah.
So after a couple years of doing that, instead of being in Reno and we can draw 120, 130 people, now we can draw that in Reno, our hometown, but we can also draw 70 people in each of these other spots on our own, and that's enough to pack a small club. So, and with that, then we can slowly branch out. So I think 4 or 5 spots is a good move.
And then you like make real relationships with people, because like you meet people a couple of times. Like I feel like there's bands that have come through, and I've been like, what up, dog? Like, I remember y'all. I remember you dudes. Yeah. Dude, I didn't eat food today. What was I thinking? Fucking texting me in the morning that you just want to be friends. That's still not cool. But luckily it wasn't someone I was like super into, because now it's just like pride instead of like your actual when you're like, there's another girl that like if she texts me that I'll be super bummed. That's what I wanted to say, like, you're not the only girl like I'm talking to. I wasn't like in your business all the time. Do you want to play some music, dude? Would you play us a song?
Yeah.
On the podcast, you'll be our first musical guest.
Fuck yeah.
Spencer Kilpatrick. I don't know if this is tuned. Do you want me to take this off?
Yeah, that's good. That's fine. Cool guitar.
Thanks, dude. This is Delilah. right here. She is what I write most of my songs on.
Oh,
I write most of my songs out on my phone, in my head. I just sing to my phone.
Do you get into like the garage band thing on?
No, I want to. I'd love to fucking overdub like an 8-track on my phone.
It's so hard.
It's really hard, and like you have to have fucking like your headphones ready and shit, because if the speaker's on and you're playing and recording the old tracks, like it just bleeds in and makes this.
Yeah.
Like one time I downloaded an 8-track thing and it was like, yeah, overdubs on my phone. This is rad. And then it just was like I couldn't even hear my fucking overdubs. So if it's not in tune, I have my phone right here as a tuner, or. Oh, rad.
This thing's really cool.
Thanks, man.
Cool. So you said that when you, for your podcast, sometimes you just play like snippets of stuff you're working on and mess around with?
Yeah, you do whatever you want. Yeah, man.
Cool. Yeah, I've got those tunes I've been messing around with Kelsey that I've been thinking about. I'm going to record a little EP. I am going to do it on my phone. I've decided. I've been looking into that a lot.
On your phone's mic too?
No, I've went and got one of those little iRig things, so I can hook up just a little condenser to it, and it's going to be really, really minimalist.
Are you gonna put drums on it, or?
Just that floor tom tambourine. Yeah, so it'll be guitar, acoustic, bass, electric guitar, and then floor tom and
That's so cool.
tambourine. And
What kind of phone do you have?
Just an iPhone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Apple. Coming through, Apple. You can do that on.
All right. Dear Carolyn, I've been meaning to call you, but we're still barreling to the next city. I got Clint and Rachel and all of them with me, and we're all crammed into the Silver Bullet. You know, I'm no good at driving, so I'm in the back just crushing silver bullets. And dear Carolyn, the way you look me in my eyes makes me nervous. And I'm damn sure it's not the first time that you heard this. And I'm damn sure it's not the last time either. Do you still work over at that daycare on Ralston? Do you still fucking hate it there with all those bosses? Do you still make your ramen with scrambled eggs in it, or are we a little too old for that shit now? We've come a long way from Elko, and I've come a long way from saying hell no to a full-time job and casino gigs on the weekends and being friends with people who aren't in bands anymore. And it doesn't even bother me that you're still a Packers fan, no. Got me singing, ooh. Well, I could never lose a stitch of what I learned from you. Got me singing, ooh. And I could never lose a stitch lyrics are what I learned from you.
Nice, dude.
Thanks,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, that's radical, dude.
I'm messing around with that one, and it's hard to get away from kind of the like verse chorus bridge chorus.
I would never want to get away from it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's all we do in Failure Machine. So I've been trying to get away from it, but it's still like, I might as well put a little, because initially when I started writing, I was like, I don't want any like singable part in there, and then at the end I was like, okay, well I'll put a little something.
No, I feel what you're saying. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been into that.
I feel what you're saying now. See, I was even still hearing that. But I know what you mean about how it's more unconventional. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it is an interesting thing. I think to me it's like, as long as there's like 3 parts in a song, then it's like, it doesn't matter where they are in a way, as long as like there's that kind of variation. Like that kind of like emotional variation, like 3 separate things. Okay. You know.
Mm-hmm. It's not just a loop, and you're just.
But sometimes, isn't that weird about rap songs? Like, they'll be like, wait, this song is just one thing for the whole thing. I mean, they might like add a snare, or some of them, but like the really basic ones. Like, but it sounds so good, and I want to dance to it. Yeah,
and it makes you like, okay, they just put that beat there, but now I have to focus on the lyrics, what he's saying, and because that's always something that I know you're really good about, like having the song part of the song be like present and forward, which is awesome. I've always been so like with Failure Machine especially. It was like, okay, 4 on the floor, cat, 4 or 5 power chords, and then I'm just gonna scream, and the lyrics have been so unimportant. But now, and since doing that EP last year with Zach and Rachel, it's like, oh, writing songs is fun. Having people know what you're saying is cool.
Dude, I can hear what you're saying on your album. Thanks. You write good lyrics, man. You write great lyrics, man.
Thanks, dude.
If you just upped it since then, that's awesome. You know what I mean?
I'm trying. Listening to like yours and the last Dainsley album, it's like, oh shit, that's real. Like those are real songs that, have these moving parts. I love what you guys have done.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Play us another tune if you would.
Yeah. All right.
Dude, I love your band so much. You guys fucking rock, dude. Like,
thanks.
You guys fucking kick ass, dude.
Alright, I'll mess around with a part of something I've been working on, and then I'm just gonna go into like a Failure Machine thing. So. You always knew what was on my mind, babe. You could always tell if I was lying to you. You always knew what was on my mind, babe. You always knew. You always knew. There's just something about you that make me feel alright. So that's all I've got is that. But I think I've got the song mapped out. I just don't have any words. But why don't we go get hitched? Why don't we go get married? At least we'll have each other, baby, when life gets scary. Don't we go get married, baby? Why don't we go get hitched? Now, hold you in my arms when life's a bitch. It's taken all these years to make you my lady. I've been a little too drunk to see. After all this time, you still drive me crazy. Drive me right to where I need to be. Why don't we go get hitched? Why don't we go get married? At least we'll have each other, baby, when life gets scary. Oh, don't we go get married, baby? Why don't we go get hitched? No, I'll hold you in my arms when life's a bitch. And I know that love can be so confusing, and I know I can sing you the blues. But if everything was so damn amusing, you wouldn't know that I always love you, always love you. Why don't we go get hitched? Why don't we go get married? At least we'll have each other, baby, when life gets scary. Alright, don't we go get married? Why don't we go get hitched? No, no, I can hold you in my arms when life's a bitch.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Fuck
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
No,
can you play one?
No,
please.
No. That's no. You're my musical guest, dude.
Okay. I'll have to watch the podcast.
Yeah.
To see some snippets of some unreleased John White.
Oh, dude, I fucking didn't open your beer.
That's alright.
I'm such an asshole, man. You're all. Did you open my beer? Yeah. And I didn't.
That's
It's an asshole thing to do, dude. It's like a guy that's like, I'm gonna go get the weed, and you're like, well, where's the weed, buddy? Come on.
No, this is perfect.
So has working the job, has that changed your songwriting at all? Like as far as like frequency or anything like that, or do you not?
No, it's about the same. When I do write, it's a little bit more productive, just because I know I have less time.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you have 3 or 4 days off in a row, you're like, oh, I'm gonna write and I'm gonna get all this done, or at least I always have that going into it. And then the first day goes by and you're just like staring at your phone or watching TV or something. You're not doing anything. It's like, oh, I've still got 2 days. I'll wake up early tomorrow and I'll do it. And then a buddy texts you and he's like, hey, you want to hang out? You're like, fuck yeah, I've still got tomorrow to work on songs. And the next thing you know, you're back at work and like doing. That happens to me a lot. So when I do sit down and actually write, it's better. I make it a point to write every day. Like, just sit down and write in a notebook.
Like lyrics or just journal style stuff?
I shoot for lyrics, but
okay.
Sometimes all I can get down is a to-do list or like a letter, like part of a letter to somebody or something.
That's cool, man.
But I shoot for lyrics, and I've made it part of my classes. So there's 10 minutes of every class where the kids come in, we listen to a song, we discuss the instrumentation, the mood, and comparisons and the lyrical content. And after that, I go, okay, guys, time to write. If you can't write anything, pretend, because you're getting credit for this. Mm-hmm. And that's it. But
that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. I get to pick what songs we listen to, so it's fun. Like hearing, like we did Art of Peer Pressure, Kendrick Lamar yesterday.
Oh, cool.
And the kids had so much to say about it. And it was,
can you have the swears in there?
Yeah, it's an alternative school, and the teacher, my real teacher, like the person who's licensed. I'm just the co-teacher, and the principal both understand that, you know, songs.
They're in fucking high school.
Yeah, songs that have that, like, have merit educationally, and
yeah,
censoring them isn't going to help anybody.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way about high school kids. Like, it's fucking, they're in high school, dude.
Yeah, and they listen to the gnarliest shit on their own.
Teach them about
anyway.
sex, teach them about all that stuff.
Yeah.
They're about to be fucking let loose in this world and be so confused because no one told them shit.
Yeah. Yeah, or somebody told them shit and it was just wrong.
Yeah.
You get a lot of just misinformation. They start talking and you're like, oh no, dude, I'm glad that I heard you say that, because that's wrong. That's very... Stop.
Yeah. That's so weird, man, being in high school. That was weird.
Yeah. Being back there around them, like, you do have flashbacks. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice, like, one thing I've noticed, like, I mean, there's way more people, I mean, they don't give up, like, they haven't given up on life, you know what I mean? Like, that's nice to be around people like that. Like, I love that about, like, playing shows. There's always, like, so many young people, like, having, like, a good time, and, like, they're not, like, embittered, and you know, that's kind of that's, like, the whole thing when people are, like, you know, people are like, what do you, like, be like a child, you know, like the whole Christian idea. It's like, you don't understand it. If you're a child, if you're not a child, you get it, you know what I mean? It's not for, like, it's not a teaching for children. It's like a teaching for people who aren't children, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, they've just got, like, I just have noticed how much more, you know, like, sometimes you'll be just talking to someone and you're like, oh, what? You're all super hateful, dude. I didn't know that was gonna happen, man. Like, you're all super pissed off. I can't hang with, like, people that hate, dude. Haters, man. Can't hang with that shit. So it's nice. I'm sure it's cool to be around kids because they're just like haters in an honest way. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them, they'll just talk shit, and you can tell by the way that they're doing it that they're just excited to be in a position where they have agency over their own thoughts. Like, they're away from their parents, they're talking to an adult, and they, on one hand, it's a bummer because it's like, okay, they see that the way people talk to each other is like, they talk shit on something to show that they're smart, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
But you can tell a lot of times that, like, oh, they don't believe that. They're just talking shit so that you think they're smart. But it is nice when you show them something, or when you're talking to them about something and they're really excited. It's like, oh man, I remember when I used to get excited. That was so cool. Being excited was rad. But yeah, kids are weird, and for as many, like, bummer ones where they walk in and you're like, fuck, I've got to deal with this one today. There are, especially at this school, there are a couple that walk in and you're like, good, you're my man. We can, you're going to help me get through this one, because you're going to be, like, polite and engaged.
Yeah, that's cool. That's one of the reasons I don't get laid, is because I go, that's cool. I do that all the time. Yeah, that's rad. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm. That's rad.
For sure.
It's like, come on, dude. So I took improv classes. You're supposed to say yes and that shit. I mean, like, I just keep thinking. I'm, like, still thinking about that fucking text. So pathetic. But that's part of the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You know, but I'm not even gonna reply.
Oh, she gets you again?
No, she's just weird. So I was gonna, like, text her a thing like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you even mean? It's like, you need to look at yourself. You need to look at your reflect on your attraction to yourself. whatever the fuck she's talking about. I'm like, dude, you've been reading too many weird books.
You ever do stand-up?
I've done it a couple times.
How's it going? I did it in high school.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
I would like write my little bits, and I would do it at rallies like for the school.
Oh, nice, dude.
But it was that I was always nervous about, cause like there's no guitar, like you're just up there. Where'd you do it?
Just like I did it at an open mic. I did it at a comedy open mic, and then I think I did it. I think I've done it like maybe 3 or 4 times, and like you just sort of realize, like, for me, I just realized, like, if I really, like, I did like to do it a lot, but it's like, how many, like, you have to really like it. They're really good. Like, comedians are no joke fucking good at what they do, like, the ones that are funny. So it's like, I don't know if I could still write songs and, like, write scripts and things like that and do comedy that it deserves. Like, hopefully that's not an excuse, but like it's like it's fucking so. It's like you said. It's like it's
so
confrontational. Immediately confrontational. Of like you have to have a skill level at all times.
Yeah.
You can't like I could just like not make an album for 4 months. You know, but they have to be funny for all those 4 months.
Yeah, you don't tell somebody like, oh yeah, I play in a band, and they go, oh, sing me a song. Like, they don't do that, but if you tell somebody you're a comic, they're like, oh, joke.
Yeah.
Now, you do this now. Like,
and they have to do it like every day.
Yeah.
They do it multiple times a day, and I just have a lot of respect for them. I think it's awesome. So I kind of do any kind of like jokey stuff I think of, I kind of just do on here. Like like where I'm like, man, every time a girl gets fucking tells me that shit, I get less mad that Donald Trump got elected. Like that's kind of
which is a good premise.
Yeah, so it's just like I would just say that kind of thing on here instead of like being like, okay, well you're gonna spend. It's just how much shit can you do? Everything I want to do right, whether it's music or whatever it is, and it's like you have to really commit. But so did you find it pretty fun or?
No, I was really really bad. Like
I'm pretty bad too. Yeah, I wasn't good.
I got really shitty, cheap laughs from like my 16 and 17-year-old friends. So saying that I did stand-up comedy is a stretch.
Yeah,
but I did it twice.
A couple times, man.
I tried to do it twice, and was bad at it. But yeah, like it's getting up to a microphone and say, well, I guess it's just this makes them laugh now.
Yeah,
and
totally.
It's ridiculous that people have careers, like successful careers, because that's so much harder, at least for me, like putting together a verse and a chorus or something.
It's definitely so different, yeah. I mean, I think that everyone thinks, yeah, it's so different. The one joke I had that, because it's different when they think it's hard to play guitar, is what I mean, like write songs, I'm sure some of them do too. But like one joke that I had that work was I was like, so I got advice from my dad basically when I was a kid that's like, the meaner you are to chicks, the more they like you. So I want a round of applause right now, all the ladies in the audience. And like the girls are like, woo, and I'm like, fuck you ladies. And that was like the only joke that worked. And it didn't, none of the girls laughed. But the guys like, it was the one that like I got laughs. And I was like, you could chase that feeling. Like I get like, that's like a huge rush,
Yeah.
For sure. But I would love to do, one thing I would love to fucking do is do these podcasts live, and do the just like an hour and a half, 2 hour long show. You have like a couple guests, and it's just like, get people, even if there was like 30 or 40 people in the audience, and then it's just fucking talking about whatever, like, I just like podcasts. I really do. I think they're fun. I think they're like really, they're just fun to me. I like them. So I want to do this live. So that'd be a fun way to do,
Try out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try out your type 5.
Type 5, yeah. Oh, that's so funny, man. Yeah.
It's podcast people, like the people who really like podcasts. I've got a couple friends, you being one of them, you can tell by what they post on social media and the kind of references that they make. It's like, okay, they go into this category of people now. Because you think in just, like, when you listen to that many people that are on some level being just on for an hour at a time, like that sneaks into your cadence and how you talk and how you act, and it's cool.
I think I know what you're talking about. People drink diamonds and gold. That's what this makes me think of. People put gold and diamonds in water and drink it sometimes. Yeah, one thing that's weird too about the podcasting is because there's so many, like, it's all kind of like, I mean, when the famous podcasts are like, they're all kind of connected, a lot of them, you know what I mean? And it's interesting how the way they can really influence, because I like really started this to like, you know, write songs, kind of figure out why I was so fucked up about chicks. And I think I figured out some shit, and I've written some songs. So it's like, you know, but like the ones that are like huge, like those guys, they talk about stuff and it becomes like an industry, like float tanks. It was like Joe Rogan's like, I do a float tank and I have one, and then there's like all over America fucking float tank places started, you know, and it's crazy to just think like how much power they kind of have, more so than like the Tonight Show or something like that, to like spread those kind of ideas, you know.
So which podcasts are your favorite?
Well, my favorite's Your Mom's House podcast, because
is that Tom Segura's?
Yeah, because he farts and they just like,
and his wife's on that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of nasty.
She's pretty nasty. She burps and farts, and they just like talk shit on people, and like it's kind of like, they're kind of like they're not like Jerry Springer at all, but it's like they make fun of people. Like that's kind of what it is. Like they get a clip of someone being really dumb, and then they make fun of it. Like, this is a fucking crazy ass dude. Like some chick that like puts piss up her ass. She does like a urine enema, and so like they play the video of her doing the urine enema and talking about it, and her like talking about crying. Speaking of girls crying, that was the last time I saw a girl cry. When she saw a girl pee up her ass. But like, so she, you know, I really like that. But I love like Joe Rogan and stuff, and Tim Ferriss is really good. I like that a lot, you know. But I don't know. Do you listen to any?
No, I've tried a few times, because you and then Sean Brown, the bass player for El Camino Sutra, another band I'm in love with, and then Blair DeWayne, who played in Rusty Maples in Vegas, another band I'm in love with. Like, three really smart guys that like when I talk to, I like pay attention. I go, you guys all listen to podcasts, and so I try to, Bill Burr's or Rogan's.
Yeah.
But the only time I ever really do is when I'm in a car with one of them, like, you know, driving to a gig or something.
Yeah.
Or Chris D'Elia's.
Oh, I haven't heard that, but he's awesome. He's great.
Yeah, he's just got those funny little catchphrases that like dig their way in there.
Yeah, and that's like fun. I mean, I love like Bill Burr's. It's just him being like talking about how fucking ridiculous everything is, and like Bill Burr's podcast is like funnier than a lot of people's hours.
Yeah,
you know, like someone could work like 5 years to make an hour, and he just like goes and talks some shit on a podcast, and like I'll laugh like more than. I mean, obviously that's my. I'm a fucking redheaded you know, whatever. I love Bill Burr, but at the same time, it's like he'll say shit on there that's just wildly funny.
Yeah, and he's doing it like twice a week now, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I think he does it a couple times. It's like they're impossible to keep up with because there's so many, you know.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thanks for coming by, man.
Of course.
We fucking went an hour and 15 minutes. Just perfect.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Spencer. Thank you for coming by. I will maybe promote this one.